What is going on, YouTube? It's your guy, Rusty Tides, and today we're back with some Rimworld. Let's see what Randy has in store for us today, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, shuttle's ready to go. Yeah, so, I have access to all the Crown software and all that kind of stuff, but I could pretty much, for lack of a better term, fuck around and figure it out. you know, that's what I mainly use. Cat and Heister. Yeah, Caterpillar, I personally don't see it very often in my area. There's not a lot here. Heister is pretty big. Heister and Yale. My only issue with Heister and Yale, their electric lifts, I don't have an issue with them. Their propane lifts, if they could pick one engine and stick with it and only use that one engine in all of the lifts, it will be perfect. It will rival Komatsu. It will rival Unicarrier and Nissan. Those with the Nissan engines and those. But they don't. They have the Chevy Vortec engine. They have a Mazda engine. They keep changing the engines. And so they leak everywhere. They're always leaking. Just pick one, stick with it, good to go. That's why, in my opinion, the Komatsus, the Unicarriers, the Nissans with their K25, I think that's the best propane lift on the market right now. I haven't seen a Heister diesel. I've worked on a couple Komatsu diesel because we're a Crown and Komatsu dealership. I've worked on a Komatsu diesel and what was that other one? I think it was a Caterpillar diesel. I think those are the only two diesels I've worked on. I typically, my specialty is gas / propane. Did he get in? Yeah. If you use a Heister diesel, what's a Colossus toad? While safe to eat, its thick skin secretes an unpleasant slime. I want it. You must, yeah. If you use Heister diesels, you must move some pretty big stuff around. I've never seen Colossus toads. I'm gonna buy them. Always take the components in advanced components. Do you have any gold? I'm gonna take those. You have 4 of them. Yeah, on the topic of diesel, that I do want to get more experience with diesels. So the FL we use are all diesels and highly modified because of my job. I've used forklifts small enough for a pallet all the way up to big enough to move shipping. Yeah. So when you talk about big enough to move shipping containers, that's what I want to work on. I've done, it's too small. You can't stand on it. It's illegal for you to stand on it. It's basically like a manual but with a motor. I've worked on those up to I think the biggest one I've worked on was God, it was years ago. I just remember being able to sit underneath the lift. It's the caterpillar, the diesel caterpillar I'm talking about. I was able to sit underneath the lift, and the parking brake was in between the drive shaft and the transmission, and the parking brake needed to be replaced. So I was sitting underneath it, and remove the drive shaft, and replace that. But I've seen the ones, because I live in the Pacific Northwest. A lot of freight comes in through there. And so I've seen the ones big enough to move shipping containers, and I want to work on those. I'm not going to say I'm unhappy with where I am. I really do like my job, but I want more. I want bigger and better, I understand it's going to put a massive strain on my body, but I want to, I want to work on semis. I want to work on excavators, or what are those like massive like the mining trucks, geez, I gotta look this up. It's escaping my mind. Massive Komatsu large Komatsu mining truck. Like one of these, right? Like, I think these would be cool to work on. Like, look at this. That guy is halfway up the wheel. I know, I find this stuff interesting. At the same time, though, if streaming takes off, then I could just have pet projects at home, I'm selling everything I can to this one person. I make just enough. I don't know. I've always been interested in taking stuff apart and putting it back together. So, stuff like that interests me. And that's all the trading. I love them. I love these little guys. They didn't take any of these. Okay. That's fine. Let's go to my animals tab. So these guys are trainable. But do they... I don't think they leave... Guard and attack. I don't think they leave dirt where they go. It's best to keep filth where the filth won't be a problem. Filth rate 1. What are huskies? 1. So they can go inside. That is amazing. What is going on right here? Where did everyone just come from? Was I the only one that saw that? Alright, I need you guys to work on plant cuts. I need all of this blight to just be gone. You keep planting new ones without getting rid of the old ones, and it's just going to keep spreading. Bloop, bloop. Yes, I understand. At least I brought some gold home. I love those toads. They're my new favorite Rimworld animal, if I'm being completely honest. I want an army of toads. Gold, silver components, and advanced components. Everything else, it can rot. You know, it's not going to do anything. So you went down. Ew. And you didn't separate. Interesting. Okay, so we have beer. Let me go through. Social drugs. Manage social. Social. Okay. So I do have beer set up. Okay. At least there's that. Does it need to be refrigerated? If when left outside, I don't think it does. So let's come over here. I have too much storage. I have too much stuff in storage. What are you set to? Raw resources. Silver. I want beer. And this. Copy, paste, paste. Which you know, might be not worth it. We can do a conversion on. I want Dragonov. Begin. Because they are pretty upset about everything I have them doing right now, except for making the beer. How's this going? About animals. Friendly singers. How's this going? Rightness of belonging. Effective. From 78 down to 48. So... yeah, so they're not part of us yet. But I can reform. Let's reform. I don't want required. Corpses don't care. I believe we've gotten very fast with research. You know, we're getting to late game. So I believe we're at a point now where organ use. Why should we work mech work speed plus 20? Trees, void study. What is that? Body modification. Approved. No artificial enhancements. Let's do that. I think that's good, right? My people want to have some kind of enhancement. Yeah, because I mean, you look around, right? Everybody has something. Even Dragonov has something. Flutter doesn't, but I can fix that. I can give him like an arm or something, right? What are you guys up to? Resting? Sorry, we'll get all of this cut and redone. Just takes a couple hours. Yeah, it spread too far, you know, and now it's a couple day thing. Yep, I understand. I should give Flutter some legs. Bionic eye and a lung. Health. You need a left eye. What do I got here? Add 2 legs, please. How's my wildlife looking? Maybe I should go on a massive group hunt. Animal corpse, human, animal. I want none of you. Do I need it to be set over here? Okay, you are set. But are you set for... You're set for that. Okay. I just accidentally overrid it over here. What's your doctor? 14 should be fine. Okay. I got a little worried there for a second. So what are you working on? Flooring? 1,400 steel left. Is this, is this polluted? Pollution 0. So why does it look like that? I don't know. I just need one of these to be closer. Okay, they're clearing them out of here. It's fine if you want to do the concrete over here. Let's load handle up. Morgue. And you. $10, $12. Accept. I'm gonna send them over to that other tile. For the compacted steel. Come on, guys. Can we stop sewing and instead just work on cutting, please? You keep sewing new ones without getting rid of all of it. It's just going to keep spreading. Don't spread, don't spread. It's spreading up here. Finally. All right, let's get rid of